Nothing. I'm pretty good. How you been?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah. So you said atheism leads to the purge,
Yeah.
and then we're using purge in like the movie sense, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So I guess if you were an atheist, would you purge?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay. So it's not true that atheism leads to the purge.
It's not true that me, as an atheist, leads to the purge. It's true that the ideology of atheism leads to the purge. Yeah, it does.
Okay. So if you and like all your friends were atheists, would you guys purge together?
With me, I can't speak for my friends. I can speak for myself.
Do you think that people would like pew pew other people if they didn't believe in the Christian God?
I'm saying there's no reason to not to.
What do you mean? You can't think of a reason not to?
No, I'm saying that there's no reason within within what you believe not to. That I shouldn't.
So if you were an atheist, you'd have no reason not to pew pew people for fun?
No logical reason. No.
Why would you not do it?
No, I'm saying there will be no logical reason to anybody to do it.
I'm granting that for the sake of argument. But if you were an atheist, you said you wouldn't pew pew people randomly, right? If you wouldn't, if it's not the case that you wouldn't.
Wait. Let me ask. You're the atheist, not me. I'm asking you. Like, do you believe? Do you believe in an objective stance? Do you believe in objectivity outside of yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. So you believe? How do you? So you believe that there's a universal law, moral code to reality?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you believe there's a moral code to reality, and how are you getting to this objective? Like, how are you using the word objective? Are you saying that this moral code was known for all?
Well, I don't think that would be right. I think something can be objective whether people know about it or not.
So are you arguing perception of knowledge?
No, I'm just saying that I think some things can be objective, and people like it's probably objectively true that there's some rock in some cave somewhere, right? But we don't know about it.
Yeah, you know what? Matter of fact, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Something would be objective that the people know about it, not whether God, but not if God never knew about it. So we agree there.
Yeah. So I guess I'm wondering on this conversation, are we doing an internal critique of your worldview and an internal critique of mine?
Of your perception. So if the facts was always known and not dependent upon the human perception of that fact, so that fact is known outside of your perception? Are you agreeing on that?
There's a lot of noise where I am. I didn't hear the answer to the question on internal critique, and then I didn't hear that question. Go ahead.
So if the fact was always known outside of your perception or outside of any human perception, that means it's not dependent upon a human's perception, right?
I feel weird when you say if the fact was known. If the fact was true, sure, but if the fact was known, that seems to me like it indicates some other kind of mind.
Can you know a fact without perceiving it?
Let me think. I think you can.
You can know a fact without awareness and without consciousness?
Yeah, I think you can be like, you can know the fact that the stove is hot because like you didn't perceive the stove, but you like your friend touched the stove or you read about it in a book or something.
Is that part of your senses?
Yeah.
So you can't. So I mean, are you telling me a corpse can be aware of something?
Do you think that's what I'm saying, President?
That's exactly what you're saying.
Don't be a weirdo.
I'm not. I'm being honest.
Yeah. So try again then, because obviously I wasn't saying a corpse can know stuff.
Okay. So a corpse has no sensory information, does it?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So it has no perception of anything, right?
That's true.
Okay, so a corpse can't make any fucking claims about life because it's a corpse. Go put a microphone to a tombstone.
Yeah, you think we're gonna disagree on this point? Why are you doing this weird tangent thing?
Well, no, I'm not. I'm just like,
okay, yeah.
Well, you just
wait. You think a rock can know? Do you think a rock can know stuff? See?
I think a rock can be programmed to do things.
Look, do you think that a boulder can know like complex mathematical formulations?
No, I think a boulder is programmed through God to be a boulder.
Okay, yeah, I guess this is going to go back to my question. Are we doing an internal critique of my view or an internal critique of your view? Are we taking it the case that God exists, or are we granting that God doesn't exist and seeing where the absurdity comes at?
We're taking it. I don't even know. I feel like you're taking. I'm asking. We're going in both directions. I don't know where the fuck we're at right now, but
Well, you were accusing me of like saying that corpses could like sense stuff, and so I was accusing you of thinking that rocks could
let's
sense
go back.
stuff.
Let's go back. Let's
Yeah,
go
yeah.
back to
Okay,
that.
cool.
Let's go back to the corpse sensing things in
Well,
relation.
no, we
in
don't have to
relation.
though, right? Because we both
Yeah,
agree that
yeah.
corpses can't sense stuff.
Okay, so we agree that corpses cannot sense something. So
Yeah.
when we're saying that the perception of something, the perception of a fact has the perception already, right? Do you agree with that? You can't perceive a fact unless you have the perception to perceive the fact. That's pretty simple.
Okay, then the perceive here, you're just meaning like interpret through your sense data?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, yeah, then I agree. You'd have to perceive something. For some
Okay.
weird, yeah, I guess so earlier I thought perceive was like visually perceive or something. Yeah.
No, sense data. So yeah. So if your sense data is not like, so the sun existed before the Earth, right?
I would agree.
That existence existed before any perception of humans known
Yeah,
about it, right?
it would be objective that the sun existed. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's an objective fact, and the
Yeah.
perception of that objective fact would then have to be perceived in the mind.
So you're
Oh,
saying,
God.
are you saying that something along the lines of like when the sun alone existed, right, and the earth hasn't yet existed, morals existed?
Yeah.
Yeah, but were they spatiotemporal or no?
No.
Okay, I guess if something exists, it takes up no space and exists for no time. How does it exist at all?
That's a question of understanding God. That's something.
Would you say that? Would you say that God is a subject, right? Like he can deliberate.
I don't think God can deliberate, of course.
Yeah, so that would mean that God is a subject, right? It's like,
God can deliberate. Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that.
yeah, so God's an agent, God's a subject, God is a being, right? So if morals are grounded in the mind of God, then they're grounded in the mind of a subject. So that just means that on your view, right, you're committed to saying that morals are subjective.
No, actually, I'm committed to saying that God is objective.
¿Por qué
it's-
no? ¿Por qué no?
Yeah, I'm saying that God is subject. God is subjected to his objective mind.
Yeah, I
That's how
agree.
you
So
touch it.
if we agreed, right, that the sun exists because no minds are there to see it, and that's objective, if the sun existed only if minds perceived it, it would be subjective. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, so if morals only exist because of God's mind, then they are subjective. Is that right?
Morals, no, because God is objective.
I agree God is objective, right? Look, just like you
So morals
objectively
would-
exist, I
morals-
objectively exist, right?
So morals would come from the objective source, which is already objective. So
Right, but
Yeah.
God's existence is objective, right? But his mind, his deliberation states, they're depending on his brain, right? His mind.
yeah, of course.
Okay, so if upon deliberation,
It depends.
right, when God was
It
deciding,
depends on what. What is it depending on?
it depends on what God, like, what is in accordance with God's
No,
nature.
it depends on objectivity.
Well, I mean, are you saying that God's nature is objective?
Yes.
So you're saying that God couldn't have been any other way?
No. Yes, he couldn't.
Okay, so God didn't choose to create; He had to create.
No, I'm saying you're talking about what does creation have to do with God?
I'm saying that if God couldn't be any other way, then it's not the case that His creation was a free gift to the world. It's the case that He was obligated to create.
That's not true.
Okay, so He can deliberate and be another way.
How are you talking about what is deliberation and how does deliberation and
Yeah, so
doing something doing something and deliberation is not the same thing? What are you talking about?
yeah, I agree. So let's say that God's like imagining a world, right? And He goes, I can make Adam and Steve. No, I can make Adam and Eve. No, I can make Martha and Jeffrey. No, He's choosing worlds, right? He's deliberating, and then when He chose to create the world where Adam and Eve, right, in the garden, that was Him acting on His deliberations. Is that right?
Sure.
Yeah. So if you're saying that He acts on His deliberations, that's just to say that He could be another way than He is.
That's not true.
Okay, so God doesn't have free will?
You're intertwining. Now you're putting you don't understand. You're putting it's categories. You're putting categories in the wrong area because you don't understand the you don't
Making a
understand the
category
nature.
error?
Yeah, you are by
Okay,
far.
which categories am I intertwapping or swapping or intertwining?
You're into swapping. You're into this man here. You're not getting answers to God on this life, buddy.
No, I'm not. Maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. But let's try anyway.
Yeah, that's all you get today, buddy. That's as much as you get today, my guy.
Are you kicking me or now or what?
No. That's
Oh,
not.
okay.
I'm gonna kick you. That's all, folks, for today. That's
So
what you get. That's what you get.
yeah. So my question, I guess, just to recapitulate, and if you don't want to answer, that's fine. We can tackle it another day. Is like either it's the case that upon deliberation, God could be another way or not, and if He could be another way, then mores are subjective, and if He couldn't, then creation wasn't a free gift. And if you're saying He could, but His deliberations couldn't be any other way, then He doesn't have free will.
And that's the mystery to be found out, buddy.
Yeah, I guess is it a mystery to you or both of us?
It's a mystery. No, not to me, to you.
You know the answer, huh?
I already do.
It's just a little secret? It's a little secret?
It's a little secret.
All right, later, man. Love you. Bye.
Later, buddy.
I wish I would have disconnected right as I said bye, but, I wish I would have disconnected right as I said bye, but,
That's not embarrassing. Next time on Present. Atheist is insanely good. Like, you guys you're so far into logic. Like, you're really at the door, are you not? Like, clap it up for yourselves. Clap it up for yourselves. Jesus. You're right there, like. You're right fucking there. Amazing work. Amazing work. That's so much progress for mankind. Amazing work, atheists. Deep into logic. You guys are deep. Alright. If you say so, buddy.
I do say so. Do you not think so? Come on.
If you say so, buddy. You think about the first thing you're gonna do? You ever think about the first thing you're gonna say to God when the truth is so undeniable that it's literally like has its balls in your forehead? Like, have you ever given that thought? Like, at what point, like, when God is like in front of you? Real hero, you have not paid attention if you think that conversation went any other way than that, man. First and foremost, we're not even in atheism anymore, and that's where atheists don't even get. He already left atheism. Atheism is far gone. At that point in that conversation, atheism is so far out the fucking window, you don't even get it, right? Like, atheism just got derbied. So, if that's what you're holding on, so in order to track, first you have to even realize where you died at. So, you're supposed to know that atheism died a long time ago in the place that we're at. Yeah, I got you, bro. I'm just saying, like, he let go of atheism. He's not even, those questions he's asking is not about atheism at that point. That's about God. Those questions had nothing to do with atheism. That has everything to do with the nature of God. That's not about, does God exist? Now you're asking, how is God put together, or is God put together, or does God exist, or what's the mind of God like? Those are different questions, buddy. That ain't atheism, buddy. That's you're talking about truth.